take a couple of questions from the audience. If anybody has any questions, come on up.
How's that?
Yay!
First of all, Linda, you sound so much like your father. We reviewed the questions and everything.
Thank you.
Ruth, in honor of your father, I'm going to say.
That's right.
Most people don't know. A couple of quick things. First of all, you can both address this. Just curious as to how much input either of them had toward the stories of various things. I know talking to Ted Pierce, Maltese, the guys that came up with maybe the original, but I'm just curious how much input they maybe had in the process other than just the animation. And then the other one real quick with the licensing, can we look forward to some additional releases of Looney Tunes on DVD and Blu-ray in the very near future?
Did you know about that?
I don't know about the DVD. I had heard that they were done.
Yeah, they're done. Jerry's saying no, so that's...
That they're done releasing the
They're
DVDs.
done for now.
As far as they all had what they call the Big Yes session, and all the directors and writers got together, and somebody would put out a premise, and then they were all required to nurture that idea or say nothing, which is very, very difficult for those of you who know how hard it is not to say no. And so there was a lot of cross, particularly when I was cognizant about it, between during the 50s with Frizz and Bob and Chuck, that they were very generous with each other, with nurturing each other's ideas, including the writers. All the writers got together, and of course Ted Pierce was in my life, as was Mike Maltese and the others.
I'd also add that families of animators a lot of times inspired them a lot with ideas. And you see that in their work, in their cartoons. So I think that was almost a bigger role than being involved in story development, but just, because if you look at Looney Tunes in particular, they were always reacting to what was around them in the world, but also personally in what was happening. So thank you. Hi there.
You can pull that down. There you go.
I guess, first, there's a quick question, and then there's something that's not so much a question, it's more of an idea, a statement. But as to the question, have you ever considered asking Bill Gates to...
I didn't understand what you said.
Bill Gates to give money to your
Oh.
foundation.
I don't know if he's a cartoon fan or not, but this will be on YouTube, so maybe
If you know a way to get to Bill Gates, I would love to hear it.
And your idea?
And the idea is, what was it? I think I remember.
Well, if you think of it after.
Yeah, you can come up afterwards and we'll try to answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I lived in Artstown in the 80s and 90s. I was very privileged to meet both your dads. I met Bob Clampett in the Laguna Beach Theater in 1982 or 83, I think it was, shortly before your dads. And, he was showing some of the films, and it was amazing what they had. Question I had for Ruth is, what has stopped the release of the DVDs, versions of, there were so many VHS of the Beanie and Cecil.
Oh, Beanie and Cecil.
And they stopped after number 2, which is almost impossible to find even at Amazon. And I was wondering, I want to be able to see if you can tell us if you had any input in terms of the DVD releases and why they've been held up. Like, you don't have any Hercules there or anything.
Well, a lot of it's just finding somebody who wants to invest in it and do it, because it all needs to be remastered. I mean, my brother has done some work on that. Are you aware that he put out 2 DVDs about Beanie and Cecil? Yeah. And they have a few cartoons each, and then a lot of behind-the-scenes things and stuff like that. So it's something we want to have happen, and we've had deals almost happen. So it's not a lack of effort. It's just one day we'll keep fighting for it. Okay.
Just a quick question to follow up. He talked about Snorky the night that I saw him, and did anyone ever find out who the people were that sang that song in the cartoon?
Okay, you're really testing me here. My brother might know. You should send me an email, and I'll see if I can find out for you. I'll give you my email.
This is the last question.
This is going to be a silly question, I guess, but I have a favorite cartoon, and it happens to have been your father. I believe he was a co-creator. And this is Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask you if you had a favorite. This is the one that I'm thinking of. Was kind of remarkable because it made me cry.
Oh.
I was sitting in the theater, and there was Wackyland music in the background, and here was on the bus with his rifle, singing "Killed Way Out There," "Killed Way Out There," and it was a very Wackyland, plot. Killed Bugs Bunny, and then there was this, devastatingly dramatic music, and all of a sudden, his head popped up. He said, "So when did you second Beanie?" I just wondered if your father had a favorite.
Are you talking to me? Because that was my father's film. Yeah, it's called What's Opera Doc?
Yeah.
And did he have favorites? I think he felt very happy with that film. He had to make a whole bunch of Roadrunner and Coyote cartoons to have the budget to make that film, because it had so many scenes in it, and it was much more complex than any other cartoon he had made. And many people feel that it was one of the great cartoons, 7-minute cartoons, and it made me cry for years and years and years and years when the flour is dripping on it, crying on his face. No, he saw, he found the characters, the characterizations of his, each one of the pictures within himself, and so each one was a part of him. Like Ruth was saying, he loved what he was doing. He absolutely loved what he was doing. He loved making films. He loved discovering what the characters could do and what they would do. He'd come home at night and he'd say to my mother, he'd say, "Dorothy, you know what Davy said today?" And she'd say, "What do you mean what he said today?" "You just wrote it." And he said, "No, I just discovered it." And that enthusiasm and that difference between reality and believability was so important. And so, he said many of his films should have been made into banjo picks, but and so he had some that he thought he was more proud of than others.
So, thank you all very much for coming. I would say, I really do 2 things. Check out the Chuck Jones for Creativity. And if you love DC Comics or Harry Potter or some Looney Tunes, check out the Clampett Studio Collection online, or you can go to my art gallery sells that, it's ArtInsights. And check out Ruth's books on Amazon, Ruth Clampett. And, try to find your own version of being inspired in the way that these women have been inspired, because it's inspirational.
We'll meet with people out in the hall.
Thanks for coming.